So all you guys that got a TRX right now, I want you to stop what you're doing right now, go out to your truck, sit in your driver's seat right now, and go look at your dash and tell me what is that button that's missing right there beside your hazard lights. And if you don't know, you're about to find out in this video. So enough of this fluff, let's get into this stuff. So while I was being nosy looking at information for the 2022 TRXs and Ram 1500s, I couldn't help but notice going through the online configurator, there are some things that you can find on other 1500s that you can't find on the TRX. Now, if you're new here, I'm Butter the Great. I'll be your host for the next few minutes. But my TRX, for example, has every interior and tech option. So I have every box checked. So when I look at my dash and I see that button is missing, I was starting to wonder, what in the world does that button go to? I mean, 90K, and I still got one button missing. And in the process of figuring out where that button goes to, I found two other things that I kind of have a question about. So let's get to number one, the trailer camera wiring kit. Now, this right here was an option that was available on the TRX if you was one of the guys who first ordered week one. Now, that was on there, and then for some reason, I think after the first week, they took it off with no explanation why. Now, the original press release for the TRX had that option listed in there, but after they removed it, they took it also out of the press release. So that was part of the reason why I was saying in the leak video for 2022 TRX, the initial orange was still coming because they did not remove that from the press release. They removed the trailer wiring, but did not remove that color. So that's one option I'm wondering why they took it off and never reintroduced it or said whether or not it's compatible or not, right? So it remains a mystery of why they took it off of the TRX, even though they initially offered it, but still kept it on the other 1500s. But I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, having a trailer camera wiring kit is a must-have if you own a TRX, but it's just something that I just want to know, you know, why did you take it off? Now, I know some of you guys who watch these videos are actual employees like Ram and Dodge and all that, because y'all come out of the woodwork here and there and send me either messages in the comments or you send me private messages on Facebook, because a lot of you guys know who I am. So if you guys can tell me why in the world Ram took it off, I would love to know, because I'm more curious than anything, just saying. So number two, all you guys are pretty much familiar with the Ram 1500 that you do not have a cargo camera. So in other words, in case you understand what that means, you do not have a camera that looks into the bed of the TRX. The only camera that's on the back of the TRX is either one in the tailgate looking down on the ground for the 360 camera, or the camera that's in the third brake light that overlooks the tailgate and lets you see cars like right there behind you in your digital rear mirror. It's almost pointless half the time, but I'll say that for another video. But anyway, I want to know why the TRX does not come with a bed camera, right? I mean, I just had a situation the other week where I was towing around my son and his cousin's Hot Wheels in the back of the bed and had to roll my tonneau cover up. And because I didn't have a camera to overlook the bed to see whether or not, well, not whether or not, but what was going on, the daggone tonneau cover came off his hook and went flying up in the air. And if I had a cargo camera, I could have seen it a lot sooner than what I actually did see it. That's one thing I'm going like, why does the 1500 not have that option? But you know, the 2500 and the 3500s, they have that. And I'm pretty sure they have it because of the fifth wheel. That way you can help line yourself up when you trying to connect it to your bed, right? So I can see a reason why they put it on 2500s, but it's not like the 1500s still don't tow. Not like you don't put anything in your bed to haul around, and to have a camera up there to overlook your bed, that's still pretty useful. Now to circle back to the trailer wiring kit, instead of putting it on the back of a trailer, I could have put it in the bed to overlook the cargo area to see whether anything that's in the bed is moving around, shifting around, thing like that, right? So it would have been nice to have either, you know, the cargo camera or the trailer camera to use it to look at this one really blind spot. That's the only blind spot you really have on the TRX. 360 camera, you can see all the way around you, and then you can see, you know, the cars behind you, but you can't see into your bed. I mean, that's the only blind spot you really have, honestly. Just saying. Now, number three, that button is missing right there on your dash. Now, if you're not familiar with 1500s, then you obviously have no idea what it is. But if you guys have had 1500s in the past, especially these newer edition ones, 2019 and above, you know that button right there on the right side of your hazard, that's for your perpendicular and parallel parking assist. Now, if you're not familiar with this system, essentially what it does is you can set it up where it either park for you perpendicular or park for you in parallel in your parking spaces. Now, if you look at like the Rebel or the Limited, you'll see it comes with the advanced safety group, and that's around $1,500, $1,600. And the TRX, our advanced safety group is like $900. So they effectively knocked off by $500, $700 because for some reason we can't get that option on the TRX. Now, there might be a couple reasons why we can't do that. I would love for one of you guys that work for Ram to comment down below or send me a message so I have an official reason why, because it's kind of odd that the TRX does not have that, but you had the trailer steering setting, right? And if anybody's not familiar with the trailer steering, it's that little dial that's on your console underneath your radio where you can turn it certain ways and it'll steer the TRX certain ways to maneuver your trailer, right? So I don't understand why it has that, but doesn't have the parallel park. So is the reason why the TRX does not have that option because of the trailer steering, because you can't do trailer steering and the parallel park assistance? Is it because of the paddle shifters take place of the parallel park assistance? I mean, I would love to know the reason why. Because if I had a choice between the trailer steering and the parking steering, I would have chose the parking steering over the trailer steering because I know how to park a trailer pretty easy, right? And no one's really gonna be towing that often with the TRX anyway. Now, the parking one would have came in handy in situations where I'm trying to parallel park in like a real tight space, whatever. Someone else driving my truck and they having a hard time parking a vehicle that big. It would have came more handy in that situation compared to parking a trailer. Because I honestly want to know why that button is not there, right? I mean, I understand with the Hellcat when they couldn't get adaptive cruise control for the Challengers was because they needed that space right there in the lower grille for extra cooling for the engine. So I understood that one. And to bring it back to the 1500s, I understand why the cargo divider is not in the bed utility group, because the Ram TRX does not have the ram boxes. So in order to get the bed divider, you gotta have the ram boxes because that's how the mechanism locks in place. So I understand that one, but I would love to know why the TRX does not have the parallel parking feature, even though we have trailer steering. So the steering wheel is still turning on its own when you're using that dial, but why can't we have, you know, that parking feature? And you guys have moved from other 1500s like the Laramie or like the Rebel or whatever, moves to the TRX. Let me know down in the comments down below if there's anything else that you noticed that you had on your Rebel or your Limited or your Laramie or whatever, and you moved to TRX that did not translate over, right? I'm definitely curious to know. And that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel, because the next couple of videos I got gonna be a couple bombshells. So until the next time, I'm out.